Well, good evening, my fellow deer hunters. It's August 22nd, 2015 here in Oklahoma. Bow season is fast approaching. It starts October 1st here in Oklahoma. So also in Oklahoma, just so you know, it is legal to use corn or any kind of bait to deer hunt over. My primary reason for using corn feeders is to keep the does in the area. It also gives the bucks a reason to come by and see if there are any does in heat, which gives me an extra opportunity at a buck. The problem with corn feeders is that coons love them. They raid my corn feeders every single night. For years now, I've gotten pictures of coons hanging from the spinner plate and totally emptying my corn feeder in a matter of a few weeks. Actually, I had a basket on the bottom of my corn feeders, and last year, after watching the coons sat in my basket and use the basket to prop themselves up so they could empty the corn feeder, I just took them all down. So I decided it was less likely the coon could empty all the corn if they didn't have something to hang on to. They can still hang on to those poles, the legs, but they can't hang on as long. So if you've got coon problems, you know that they like to tear your solar panels up. They hang by the wires, short your batteries out, trip your timers. So I've decided this year that after doing some research on YouTube, there wasn't really a good way to keep the coons out of your coon feeder. Well, I say coon feeder, it's really a deer feeder, isn't it? But the coons like to eat from it as much as the deer do. So what I came up with is this little invention, and it may or may not work. But what it is, it's 6 inches of heat duct pipe, just like you get your local hardware store. And so I've taken this pipe and I have screwed it to the legs of my feeder. I use 4 screws. It's 2.5 foot long because the sticks I bought were 5 foot long, so I just cut them in half. Also took a piece of flashing and screwed it to the top. Actually, I riveted it, I guess, so just to keep the coons from being able to crawl up through that pipe and then being able to go ahead and go up to my feeder. So anyway, I figure it's too wide for the coon to wrap their arms around, and maybe they won't be able to climb to the top. But there's nothing more frustrating than to hunt Saturday morning just to find out the coons have emptied your feeder, disabled your solar panel, tripped your timer, and plus you just take hundreds and hundreds of pictures of coons, so you don't always get to see what deer is on the property. In Oklahoma, it is also legal to use game cameras, which is a nice scouting tool. Through the years now, if I've been able to get a deer on a game camera more than 2 or 3 times, I'm usually able to kill that buck. So I think it's a valuable tool for letting you assess the size of a deer before you have to make a spur of the moment shot and then have what we call shooter's remorse. So anyway, this is just my idea of a way to keep the coons off my coon feeder. Like I said, I took the baskets down. All it did was give them something to hang on to so they could empty more feed. So my hopes is they can't crawl up that first 2.5 feet of leg, and they won't be able to pass the 2.5 feet of 6-inch pipe. So that I think my feeder will be coon free this year. So we'll find out, and I'll post another video and let you know if it really works or not. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helps somebody.